After cycling through Sweden, we noticed a few things that are quite unique. In this video, we want to share them with you. Cycling through Sweden is awesome. You have bicycle lanes that feel like highways, and you also have long distance bicycle trails that take you through the beautiful landscape of Sweden.
During our time in Sweden, we rarely saw any police cars driving around, except for bigger cities or at bigger events like the graduation day in Helsingborg.
In Sweden, you can always pay using your credit card. We never used any cash. The Swedish people are keen to recycle. They use different bins for different types of trash. On the countryside though, you often see old cars rotting away and nobody really cares about them.
In contrast to Germany, the Swedish do not only use their greenhouses to grow some tomatoes in them. In Sweden many people have a greenhouse which is equipped with furniture and some cozy decorations. They use them to drink coffee while being sheltered from the wind.
Throughout our journey we saw quite a few electronic vehicles, including Teslas, and we feel like a lot of Swedish people enjoy driving an electric vehicle. You see that short grass? Lots of Swedish people like to have it that way, but they don't do it themselves. They have little lawnmower robots that cut it for them.
The Swedish people love their sweets. It is typical for their children to have fredagsmys. That means on Friday afternoons they go to the supermarkets and buy a whole lot of candy. This is why almost every bigger supermarket has a huge variety of sweets and self-service sections for mixed candy. Cigarettes are more expensive in Sweden than, for example, in Germany. In Sweden the most common tobacco product is snus, which is basically a little bag filled with tobacco that you put behind your lip by using the tongue.
Another cool thing we noticed were the community saunas. That means in a certain area and certain people put together their money and build up their own little sauna that everyone can use. Simon and I tried to get into one, didn't work. It was cool.
It feels like that the Swedish rely less on rules and focus more on the common sense of its people. This approach can be seen on how the government handles the COVID-19 pandemic. There are less rules and more recommendations.
As Sweden is a big ass land, but there's only about 10 million Swedes, it's no wonder that they have really big properties, especially outside of the big cities. So when we were traveling through Sweden, we saw many people who had their own little vacation home or holiday home next to the sea or at a nice lake. And the best thing about these houses is that they also have a guest house. That means you can put your spouse's wife or your girlfriend's parents over there. You can have nice dinner with them, but at night you just push them to the guest house and both parties are happy. Fun fact, by the way, we are standing in front of the building where the Nobel Prize winners are announced. When we came here, we thought the biggest car fact would be like the many Volvos and Teslas, but it isn't, because the Swedish people have a weird obsession with old-timers from America. That means everyone has this old Pontiac, Cadillac or Ford standing in their garage and they're also driving with them. Kinda cool. Alright, the last but for us most important fact is about the Allemansrätten. That's at least how I think you pronounce it. It means a person is allowed to camp almost everywhere. Next to a lake, along the sea, or in the forest. Or on someone's property, as long as you ask them. Simon and I have made many times use of this and enjoyed the Swedish nature.
Those were some facts we noticed when we were cycling through Sweden. If you have different facts or opinions about the Swedish people or the Swedish culture, please let us know in the comments below. We are gonna try to make more videos like this in different countries, so stay tuned and peace out.